Hello everyone. This is my next bit in making my, what did I say it was, solar motor driver. Let's just have a look at the PCB. There we go. That looks quite nice. That's all the top piece. Let's spin it over. There we go, that's come out really nice. I tend to make this lettering, you can see this lettering, it's come out really well. I mean, I make it smaller than it should be as standard. And I do the same with the item marks, you know, for the components. I shrink them down a little bit smaller than what they should be, and yet see if I can get that focus again. What's it doing? There we go. Yeah. Is that focus? No, it isn't. There we go. Yeah, I make them a lot smaller than what's sort of recommended, and they still come out really well. There's no smudging or anything, so the silk screen is really nice, and of course the rest of it as well. You know, it's just as I drew it. You can't go wrong with that. You know, it is what it is. It's what I've asked for, and that's what you've got. So it's yeah, perfect. So what I'm going to do, well, I'll tell you what I've got. Let's just refocus. There we go. What I've got is one of these syringe types. This goes in the end there. It's got a cap. It's got a cap on this end. I mean, this is supposed to seal the end, so you know, so while you're not using it, it doesn't dry up, and then that goes in there and pushes out, and you've got a cap on that end. But I've had this quite a while now, and let's just get that back on there. Basically, you stick one of these on. Let's get in focus. Is that got it? Yeah, let's do it manually. Right, there we go. Yeah, one of these on the end, and then you can just use it. Let's bring it in. Use it, and then just put little dabs on where you want to go. But basically, what's happened with this is I wouldn't recommend this for the syringe type, because you use very little of it each time, and by the time I've got down to here, that stuff in there is that thicker. I can hardly squeeze it out of the tube. But I've got a tub of it, the same stuff, and you know, well, let's just open it. Yeah, got a tub of the same stuff. You can't see in there, can we? But yeah, even this dries out after a time. So I'm thinking about looking for some other stuff other than this. It's all right. Well, if you're gonna do lots, and you open it up, you know, break the seal and use it straight away, it's fine. But you know, it's been a few months since I've last used it. You know, so. Anyways, what I'm saying is I'm not going to use the syringe, even though there is a few surface mounted. You know, a lot of it is through a hole, but there is some surface mount. So this video basically is how I well, let me get my breath. Is how I make a stencil. Now, PCBWay, they can supply you with a stencil when you get the PCB, but I have a laser, and I can cut my own with a laser. So this video is about how I go about creating a laser, creating the stencil. I use some clear plastic and cut it out with a laser. So just give me a moment and I'll just bring up the PCB. Yes, here we go. So this is the top of my circuit board, PCB. As I say, PCBWay can make you a stencil. But as I say, I am going to use, because I've got a laser, I'm going to cut my own. Now, what we're actually doing is just for the pads for the surface mount devices. So let's just have a look and see what we're doing. So I'll get rid of the copper and that copper layer. Well, I've got some presets, so let's just see the top first. Just remove all the bottom. Front layers, there we go. And let's get rid of the copper. We don't need the adhesive because we're not having any adhesive on there. Paste is what we want. This is what we're actually going to create the stencil with, is with holes for this paste to go through. So let's remove the silk screen and the mask. And well, I'll leave the edge cuts. We don't need the courtyards. That's just barriers to. What courtyards do is it helps you do the checks. When you're doing the checks, it just makes sure you're not overlapping anything. Basically, it's stay out of this area. And we don't need the fabrication on either, because we're not looking at the actual components. We just want to see these pads, and so this is what we're going to actually make. So we can actually plot these. We can create a file. I use DXF files for creating my laser plotter files. I've created a little application that converts DXF to G-code. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this in DXF. So what we do is we go to our plot here. So we've got our plot, and what we do in our plot is include the layers that we want to do. So we only want the paste and the edge cut. So let's do that. So we'll turn all those off. We want the front paste, not the back one, and we don't want anything else. We want our edge cut. We want something to line ourselves up with. And I'll come to the other bit later. So basically we just want them two. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to create a DXF. So we go up here and we say we want a DXF with just these two layers on, basically. And I work in millimeters, so we'll change it to millimeters, and then we'll just plot. Oh, actually I didn't put the directory anyway. There we go. Oh, and it needs a refill. Actually, I don't know where I've actually stuck those. Let me just check it. Well, let's just make it a new directory. I forgot to do this, so let's create a new folder in here, and I call it My Plots. It can be anything you like. You can change, make your own name up or whatever, but just create a folder for where to stick these. So I'll select this folder. So yeah. So now I'm going to stick it in my plots basically, and let's do it again. So let's just plot them, and then now it's stuck those files into that folder. And I also want to be able to line it up using pretty much these 4 drill holes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a drill file as well, generate a drill file. So I'll create that, and I'm going to stick it in my plots again, and it's DXF again, and we're in millimeters and absolute. So let's generate that. That's it, done. So we can close all that. I can turn everything back on actually as well, because what I'm going to do, oh well, actually not all, couple of all layers. There we go. There's everything there. So I like to save it with everything on. So save, and like I say, it did a thing. I wonder if I must have moved something. I don't know. I hope not. Anyway, we'll find out when I make it. So we've done that. That's it. So what we need now is let's just have a look at where I stuck them other 2 files and get rid of them. So just bring that up, and this takes you to the root folder of your directory, so we can bring that up in Explorer. There we go, and oh, there they are. There's the 2. So I can delete them too. Let's just keep it tidy. And my plots are actually in here. So, oh, actually, why have we got that in drills? Let's just check what I did wrong. I wonder if it comes in edge cuts. Anyway, let's have a look. It might be in edge cuts anyway. Oh yeah, I've got the holes there. Look, so I don't need it. I didn't need to do the holes. So yeah, so this is the program that I use to. Oh, let's just open the other one as well. Where was we? Nope. So solar motor driver, DXF, and I want. Oh, all right. No, that's my 3D CAD. What do I want? I want circuits. My plots. There we go. So paste. There we go. So I've got that one there as well. Before I move these, what I want to do is I want to create a new file because I'm going to merge these 2 together. So if we just create a new file, and then we go to this one, select everything and copy. This is our copy, and a point from which to reference from. So I'll click that across there. That's the origin there. And then what I'll do is I'll just paste it in. I can click this button on. It's the same buttons for your standard Control C, Control V, and all that. And then we choose our reference point, and then it puts it in there. So let's do the same with this one. Select all those and copy those with a reference point, and then we just go to here, paste them. And paste them in there. So there we've now got our new file. I'll just get rid of the other 2. Those are the originals. I'll leave them as original, and now I'm going to move this one up to the origin, so I'm going to move that. Now can you see that that's the actual origin there? these two lines are actually where the actual drill bit goes along, and it moves along there and it cuts out them two pieces. So this is our actual origin there in the corner. That's, well, actually no, it's going to be that piece there, isn't it? What am I talking about? Right, so it's going to be that piece there, you see. So this is actually showing the actual cutout of the PCB when the actual drill cuts along the slot, basically. There we go. So from there, and I'm going to put it up to the origin here. Delete the original. So now I've got that there. So what we can actually do is I can delete all this outside piece. Another piece there. Oh, there's three. Hang on, there we go. Let's check them other corners. There we go. That one. There we go. And this corner. There. So delete all that. So now we have our actual board. Now, what I usually do, now I have a standard template for my boards, and the way it fits on is I'll show you the board once I've drawn this and cut it, but it fits onto a little spreader board I made. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw that in. Which means there's actually a bit cut out 10 by 10 from 100. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And we only needed the depth of the thing, so. Just explode all that because I don't need that lot. That's going to be my actual stencil to actually fit the little piece of board I've got. So let's make that as one piece. There we go. So that's that, and then I want to fit this. I have a stop on my board which is in this corner here, so that's the corner stop. So when I slide the actual I slide the actual PCB underneath this piece of stencil, it lines everything up. So I now don't need the outer pieces there. I'm going to leave these 4 holes because I want to line my stencil up with these 4 holes. So that I'm going to use them holes as my alignment pins. So, well, let's just save that while I remember. And what cell am I trying to do? Yeah. But these are made up of all sorts of lines, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them into circles. So just hang on, no, use this one, 3 points. So what I can do is I can just, well, let's take off the grid, so I'm only doing the lines, and I'll just pick 3 points, and that'll give me a circle. Do the same with the other holes. can't see what I'm doing, I'll try and, right, so that's one point, and then you've got another point, and then actually I'll just turn that on for a minute, and then you can see what I'm doing with the other point. You see it's creating a hole through all them points. So I'll just turn that off so I only grip one of these, and then I can sort of delete all the other stuff. Oh, actually I went the wrong way there. Hang on, go this way, like that, and then we're going to leave the hole that I've just created. So that's just one circle now. There we go. Let's do a save. Right, so that's my 4 holes. Now then, what I'm going to do, I am going to create a layer of my own, which I'm going to call laser, because I want to try and explain what I'm actually doing here. Because a laser has a certain thickness, and we need to allow for that thickness so we don't make the hole too big. So let's make it yellow as well so it stands out. And the thickness of the laser, where have I written that? 0.32. So nearest I've got there is 0.35 or 0.3. We can go 0.35. So I've got that, and we'll choose that. Oh, and actually what I'll do is I'll change these. And there you can see the actual cut now. So when my laser goes around there, it's actually going to cut all that yellow out. So the hole is actually bigger. If I turn off the, if I'm going to draft, you can see it shrinks slightly. Can you see that? So the laser is going to follow that line, but it's actually going to cut out that much. Let's make it bigger so you can see it better. Oh, you can see the grids now, look. So if I turn that off, can you see this line is going through this grid around this level here, this point? Well, halfway between them 2 points. But if I turn off what the laser cuts out and shows you that, you can see it's actually going to cut out up to here, basically. So that's what we've got to allow for when we actually draw these holes here. So I need to put an offset in there. Oh, hang on, typed that wrong. There we go, and I am going to make it half of me 0.32, which will be 0.16. I've already got it there. You can see that I've actually already used it here. Basically, look up top. So all these pads are going to be pretty much the same. Well, all these ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do. Oh, let's put it into draft, so we can see what we're doing. So that one there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a radius. So you can see that this is the line the plotter will, my laser cutter will follow. But as I say, if I turn that off, you can see what the laser cutter is actually going to cut out. So we end up with this same size hole, the right size hole, shall we say. Okay. And what I can do, let's just join all that together and make it into a polyline. There we go, so it's all one piece now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, leave our grids off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put my origin on this line here in the center, so that what I can do now is when I paste, I can paste from that origin on that one as well. And let's just go down there. So the order which I am pasting is the order which my plotter is going to cut. There we go, 2 more down there. Now this one, these are going the other way. Have I got any more that way? Is that the same size? No, is it all? Right, well, what about down here? Oh yes, they look pretty much the same. They'll be close enough anyway. So that's that. So these are the one rotating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to select it, and I'm going to rotate. So what I do is I rotate from my origin to where I want to be in that centre, and I want to be 90, I think. Oh, I went the wrong way. So let's just do that again. This time I'll go 180. There we go. So what I can do is copy that again and then paste. There we go. So that's our actual cuts for that size. Now there's this one here. So let's do the same for them. We'll go offset again. Oh, there we go. Now then, I think that is pretty much just up and down. I think what I might do here is not put a radius in, because if we look at what it is, you can see just the laser moving up and down there is actually going to cut it out. So what we'll do is just move those. Oh, what am I doing? There we go. My fingers weren't doing what I was telling them to do. There we go. And we'll make that into a polyline. So there we go, that's polyline. And then we'll copy that and have that as our origin. There's that one, and there's another one down here. So that's those ones done. So let's do these big ones here. Which is me offset. There we go. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know why it don't work that way. Shit, what have I done now? Did I put? Oh, I put it. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, well, let's put a fillet in there. And let's just select all of them. and turn them into a polyline. There we go. Copy that. Then we can paste them. And I'm going to change this. Now what I normally do here is this is for the big let's bring that picture up. Right, yeah, let's bring the CAD back up here for a moment and go to our view, 3D view. There, you can see there it's this big linear regulator. Basically it's got a big massive pad underneath, but if I was to fill that pad totally with solder paste, it'd be way too much. It'd be floating on top of a big lake basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the amount of solder I put under that pad. It just needs enough for it to sort of spread. Capillary action and everything else will take place once it's laid on top. So what I'm going to do with that is let's minimize that. I'm just going to put 4 little circles in here. So what I want to do first is get the center. So I can go like that, go like that, and that, and that. And what I'll do is I will put a circle in. I need them turned back on again. So let's just go that I think. So let's see what that is. So let's get the properties and the radius there. Oh, let's make it 1 millimeter. So make it 1 mil. Or should I? Yeah, 1 mil. So it's going to make it 2. That'll make it 2.32. Hang on, what am I doing there? Did I read that wrong? I'm an idiot. No, it says 0.9. Oh, I meant 0.1, didn't I? So there we go. 1 there. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, silly me. Right, so we got a 2 millimeter circle, and if we look at that, that's how big it's going to be. It's going to be a little bit bigger, but 4 blobs of that will do nicely. So what I will do is we'll copy that from there. Oh, let's turn them off from there, and then we can paste the 4 circles. There we go, and we can get rid of our reference lines. Mind that deleting. Pressing delete. Oh, there we go. No idea what happened there. Right, yeah, so I'm just putting 4 blobs of solder paste on there where that pad's going to be. So let's just do the offset again. And we'll put that in there. What I should have done is just gone round. Yeah, this is what I should have done before. While I'm on offset, is just put them all in. And I'm going to need some over here. And some for this type. There we go. Saves me typing it out again. I'm lazy. I'm really lazy. Right, so let's put some radiuses on that one. Oops, messed that up. Try again. There we go. Let's make them all into one big polyline. There we go, and what I'll do is I'll copy that from there and then paste that there. I don't think that's the same as anything else, so let's go down here. Some fillets again. And let's join them all up. There we go. Copy that. Paste. Well, they're near enough. It's solder paste, guys. Doing this, it doesn't have to be accurate because I mean, there. It's going to make them slightly bigger than what they are, anyways. So let's do this one. Make it a polyline. Copy that. There we go. And we just got these two. Oh, and if you're wondering why I do all this, right, I mean, if money was no object, I would just buy them and get them, but I've got nothing else to do, guys. I'm just sat here, basically, all day long. And so I find it quite, if I've got something to actually do, it's a lot better than to sit here twiddling my thumbs. Right, yeah, so that's it. So what I can do is if I hide all the new stuff I put up there, and let's just delete all this. And let's bring back what I've done. So that is going to be my stencil. I need to move it all that way now, so this is my origin basically of my laser cutter. So I want to move everything. Turn that on. Yep, there we go. So it's all moved across now. Save that. And like I say, if I turn off draft, you can see what the laser is actually going to cut. These are very tiny little things, these, but all that yellow is going to get cut out with the laser. Actually, this is also laser. There we go. So that's what's actually going to get cut out. So all I need to do is save that. Well, I've saved it actually, so save that. My next step is to actually make it into a DXF. No, sorry, it is a DXF file. I need to make it into a G-code file so that I can actually plot it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my application that I've written. I wrote this for my original plotter, and I keep updating and doing things, but I've got a sub-program down here which is create G-code. So if we go there, and where are we? This is where we are. So if I copy that path and I select our path, there, go to there. Oh, actually, where have I put it? Oh, well, I haven't put it in the right place, have I? Right, cancel that. Where have I saved this? Save as. Oh, put it in my 3D CAD file. Alright, so hang on, just delete that out of there. Right, yeah, because I've got a 3D CAD file for making my little thing that rotated, and I've also got this is it from my circuits, so I want to put it in the circuits. Solar motor driver, there we go, and my plots, and save it there. Right, so now it should be in the right place. So if we go and I select file, change this to that. Oh, there we go. And let's do a preview. Right, so let's just read the DXF file. And there it is. We can zoom in a bit there. Let's got there, 1, 2. Let's do it 3 times. Yeah, zoom up to 3. Okay, let's do a read. There we go. We can see it better there. Right, so it looks okay, and basically what I do is I just read it first, just check that my program actually understands what it should look like, and then we need to convert it to G-code. Now, what I have here is I have my notes for my laser, and I'm going to cut this out of a piece of plastic sheet, so let's just see what we need. These are my notes for my laser tree laser. Hardboard, platform, clear plastic, surface black marker. So what I do is I cover the surface with a black marker. Well, it's a whiteboard marker, and you can just wipe it off once you're done. But what it does, it creates a slight dark surface for the laser to get a grip of and create heat, and it'll go through because it's clear plastic basically. So I'm going to use these settings. So I want my power at 1000. There we go. So I'm on laser. Power's at 1000. Also we got there. Just get it across there. Right. My height. That's the height of my laser wants to be to the plastic power. So we got. Yeah, my off is 0. And my fade is 1000. So, alright, so I want actually G1 to be 1000 as well. So let's set that as 1000, and it only takes 1 pass. What I'm doing it in my laser is on a CNC machine, and it's got the GRBL firmware on it. So I need this box ticked to create a GRBL friendly version of the G-code. So let's just read again and convert to G-code. So basically, to get my laser to work on a GRBL firmware CNC machine, it needs the the M3SO command for turning it off, and then it has the M3OS whatever value you want to turn it on. Basically, that's what this little button does. If I didn't do that button there, if I turn that off, right, you can see that it's different. We've got a PO command and an L command. This is my version from when I was creating. This was to control a servo basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that one there. So there we go. Basically, it changes how it powers whatever you're controlling. And we can save and close that. So we can go save a G file and close. So I'd use the save if I were going to do another one. Let's just make sure I'm in the right place. Right, circuits, yeah, and my plots, yeah. So I wrote the program so it actually sort of formatted the thing, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change that slightly because it's going onto an SD card, and the reader of the SD card can only do the old 8-digit file name. So basically, I start my first plot with 00 so I can see it easy. Anyway, there we go. I will do it as an NCN file. You can save it in different formats. That's my own personal G code. You can end it with G code, but basically the actual text is the same. It doesn't change anything. It just gives it a different suffix on the end there. So save that. And this is my output. This is how I send files to the plotter I've made, but since it's going to a CNC that has GRBL on, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to just put it onto an SD card and stick it in, basically. So, but we can preview it and just check it over. So if we open up the G code file and we look at the stencil, not that one, where are we? There we go, that one. It actually draws it there for you, and you can actually view it. We can zoom in a bit further. Let's just go. Yeah, 7 might be alright. Preview. There, that's better. All these lines and everything, the different coloured lines mean different things. There's a key here, look. So the GO. Alright, let's just clear that. Clear all. Right, if you watch it, it'll start off when it goes somewhere with quite a light coloured line, like that, and then it turns to black. Well, you can't really see it's going that fast. But anyway, there's a key, because there's like an acknowledgement, and so each colour represents a certain thing. And we can have fine lines. So if you just, like I say, when we zoom in, I make these lines thicker. But if you want a fine line, let's just clear all and preview. You can see that it's a nice fine line. There we go. That's it, really. So it looks all right to me. It's sort of be going round, and it's, you know, each colour's doing it. So. That's it for that. Now all I need to do is where are we? Where is the is it there? No. Oh well, if we go in here, right, there we go, into my plots. This file just needs copying across to my laser cutting machine and running. I'll do that and come back to you. So yeah, that's how I create a stencil, and like I say, once it goes into my laser cutter, let's clear. Where are we? Oh. Once it goes into my laser cutter, it cuts all the holes out like that. That's it, really. I'm not going to set up I'm not going to set up my camera on my laser cutter. I'm just going to cut it out. So the next bit will be using the stencil to paste my PCBs. If you made it this far, thanks for watching.